Hey there, it's Aimee Norton with the Thorn team at eXp Realty, and I have the pleasure of being in a recent project of Brandon Phillips with PJC Design Build.
Good morning.
And Brandon and I just finished a custom build project together, if you will. I had some clients that couldn't find exactly what they were looking for on the market, and thought it may be a great idea for them to sit down with a custom builder and see what the options would be for them. And we ended up finding an amazing lot. Just so happens to be in a subdivision, but we got with Brandon, and the first step was, hey, what do we want this floor plan to look like? And Brandon had some floor plans that they were able to start with. And PJC also works with an amazing architect that was able to rework that plan to be exactly what the buyers needed and wanted. So do you want to talk a little bit about what did the process look like from when they started with that floor plan? Y'all sat down and said, okay, we like this floor plan except this, that, and the other. And then you kind of would take it over with the architect.
Sure.
And how long did that process take? How did that look?
From the initial meeting with the architect, it took closer to 3 months. We started with a plan. They had their wants and needs, so we rearranged it, given the lot size, what could fit with the width and the depth of the house. We went from there. Once they dialed into what they wanted, we were able to finalize the plans. And from start to finish, it took about 3 months to get to the permit office.
Okay, while the plans are at the parish permit office, the client will be given a list of a to-do list, basically. And the client will go to meet with the electrical, the lighting vendor, plumbing, electrical, granite, so on and so forth. So while we're waiting on that to be approved at the permit office, those tasks would be getting taken care of by the buyer with a specific vendor that PJC works with specifically. So, Brandon, the stamp of approval gets checked off at the permit office. Then what are we looking at?
Like you said, in the meantime, the client is meeting with our vendors to start making their selections. Once we get the permit back from the permit office, that's when we'll start construction. So what this means is we'll have the form pack for the slab delivered. And once we have that delivered, our foundation guys will set the forms, and then we'll go through the necessary processes. And roughly from the time you set the forms to have the slab poured is anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks, living in South Louisiana, depending on the weather.
Of course.
So once we have the slab poured, at this time, we're giving clients a 5 to 6 month time frame.
Okay.
From the time they get the keys to walk in their house.
Okay. So that seems pretty quick and painless for basically getting the home. I mean, not to be so cheesy, but it's the home of your dreams. You're picking out everything. You're starting on the lot that you love. You're putting a floor plan that's functional and aesthetically pleasing to you. Brandon has a fantastic designer counterpart that is available to assist with some of the fine details. Y'all have a remarkable list of appliance vendors, landscape folks. I've heard nothing but positive things as far as who you recommended that my clients work with while they were building their process. And you know, I think you made it super easy. Every time I walked into the house during construction, unannounced, the house was clean. The contractors were on top of their game as far as being on schedule, keeping it tidy, and giving the client the top-notch product that they're paying for. So, is there anything else you want to add, Brandon?
If you have a subdivision you want to move into, you have a piece of land, if you have some drawings from an architect that you'd like to bring to us to give you a price to build the house for, like Aimee said, if you do not have that, we have an architect with many available plans to choose from that we can use as a starting point.
Okay.
Starting point means you meet with the architect and we'll go through as many revisions as needed to get the house of your dreams.
That sounds good. And I would love the opportunity to be able to point you in the direction of Brandon. As realtors, we have builders that we can connect you with, and of course we'll connect you with someone we think is going to be a good fit for you. And I was very pleased. My clients were even more pleased with the end result and the entire process for their build job. So thanks, Brandon, for a job well done, and I look forward to the next one. Thank you.